Hi there, Karley from Big Bold Brand, and I am super excited to be starting a Q&A series. The questions come from you and the answers come from me. And the whole point is to give you access to my over 20 years of business, brand, marketing strategy, what works, what doesn't work, some tips and some tricks. I really want to open up my knowledge for you to help you grow and accelerate your business. The reason is because my purpose is to fuel entrepreneurial fire, to help you and other business owners just like you grow and build thriving businesses. So, ironically, as I was starting out this week and planning for this series, I happened to get a question emailed to me from a friend of mine who was also a participant in a business series that I did a number of years back. And every now and again, he drops a question in my inbox and he says, "Hey Karley, can I ask you a marketing question, or can I ask you a branding question?" And that's exactly what this series is all about. And by happenstance, it literally just popped in my email yesterday. So I thought, hey, why not start with that? So without further ado, let's dive in. Josh asks, "Hey Karley, I have a quick marketing question. I'm writing my new physio bio right now, and I want to put down that I have a special interest in treating issues that deal with vertigo and dizziness and back and neck pain, as well as disorders of the neck and shoulder. But I'm worried about driving away other potential clients or other potential referrals to new clients sent to me by my existing patients. But from what I remember in my work with you, it's better that I have a niche to focus on to attract my ideal potential clients who have back and neck pain. Otherwise, they might go to another physio, and if they don't see that I specialize in that area, why would they come to me? Am I right to think this? Is there anything else that I should be considering before pigeonholing myself in my bio?" Thanks, Josh. That was a great question, and it actually gives me a ton of stuff to dig into. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this into a video series. But what I want to focus on today in this video is the overarching question of, is developing a niche a good strategy? And in this case, Josh asked me if it was a marketing strategy, but I would actually argue that developing a niche is more than a marketing strategy. It's more than a brand strategy. It's actually an overarching business strategy. And what it's really about is about positioning. You see, all of us in the small and medium business world, whether we be a professional service provider, a consultant, a practitioner, any of us in small business are competing against a lot of others like us for business. It's a competitive market out there, and so how do we position ourselves to stand out? And developing a niche is one of my top favorite strategies to help you stand out, differentiate, and most importantly, as Josh was referring to, attract clients that you love and really, really want to work with. So how do we do that? How do we start developing a niche? My thought was that I would focus on my top 3 tips for setting the strategy in place to develop a niche. What are my top 3 tips for what you need to consider when you're looking at picking a niche and diving in? So tip number 1, pick your niche based on a common problem that you know you solve for your ideal clients. In this case, in Josh's case, he's chosen to focus in on vertigo and dizziness, neck and back pain. Now, those could really be 3 niches, but let's assume for a moment he's chosen to communicate and has chosen a niche that he is focusing in on back and neck pain. And this is great because he can be really clear on what he focuses on and what problems are related to back and neck pain. This way he forms a great resonance in his marketing and his promotions and his conversations with prospective clients because they can identify, yeah, that's me. I need someone to help me fix my back and my neck pain. So in choosing that niche, he makes it much easier on himself, and you'll make it much easier on yourself when you focus in on the problem or select problems that you solve for potential clients, because it'll be easier for you to communicate, it'll be easier for you to promote, it'll be easier for you to develop messaging and marketing that focus in on that problem and allow clients to identify themselves as your ideal clients. Tip number 2, do your research before you select your niche. And so what I mean by this is you want to do your research to determine if that niche, if that specific problem you're going to solve for those clients is actually viable. Are there enough clients? Are there enough people with that problem or that set of problems that are going to be able to drive enough revenue for you and drive enough business your way? Are there enough people in the world or in your geographic area for you to work with and build a thriving business? So do your research, make sure you're heading in the right direction. Tip number 3. Tip number 3. Pick a niche that you are passionate about. Here's the thing, when you narrow in, you're going to be spending a lot of time solving those problems with those clients. So you want to make sure that you're passionate both with the problem and working with the clients who have that problem. And the great thing about selecting something you're passionate about, and the reason I really want you to consider, are you passionate about the niche that you're thinking of going into, is because when you focus on something that you're passionate about, it lights you up, it boosts your energy, and often it barely feels like any work at all. And the more passionate you are, the more contagious your energy is, the more of your ideal clients you will attract in. As I mentioned, I have a whole gamut more sub-questions to answer on this topic. Just let me grab my list and I'm going to tell you what we're going to dig into in the next few episodes. All right, so here's what I came up with. In the next episodes, I am going to continue to dig into this niche on niche, this topic on niche. There we go. I'm going to continue to dig into this topic on niche, and I'm going to cover reframing the fears that business owners have related to niche. The cons of being a generalist. That's a biggie for me. I'm super looking forward to that one. What I call the pigeonhole dilemma. Thanks, Josh. You coined that one. And the pros of selecting a niche and how it can help you save time, energy, money, and really help you dig into your passion. So that's it for episode 1. We've got at least 3 more, I think 4 more in the list that I listed off there, and I am super excited to record those and release those, so hopefully you will stay tuned. I am Karley Cunningham of Big Bold Brand. Oh, and one more super important thing, I want your questions.